Alright, it's part two. Yeah, that one scene really, really pisses me off when you see a bunch of orcs breaching Helm's Deep, and then you see like 80, 100 men left. He's like, retreat! You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, the next scene, there's 10 men left. I'm like, what the fuck happened to all those other men? Oh, even they died. They all died. You know what I'm saying? Well, show us how they died. Don't just cut to the next scene where there's 10 men left. It looks very bad. And that's what you got for Lord of the Rings. And you got those ladders appearing out of nowhere, man, which is a huge plot hole in the story. It makes the movie look really silly, man, when you have ladders appearing out of nowhere, man. You know, yeah, we caught that. Yeah, you have the ladders appearing out of nowhere. Like, what the fuck, man? And that's what you got. Yeah. I don't have to worry about any of that for my movie because I paid what a digital guys more money. I served them lunch like a nice luxurious buffet. I gave them once a month parties. They will work harder for me, obviously. They're going to work really, really hard for me. They're going to work really, really hard for me. You see what I'm saying? Huh? They're going to work really, really hard for me. I don't have to worry about what? About that cheesy stuff in my movie, yeah. I don't have to worry about crewmen quitting on me when I film my movie. I heard some of the lighting crewmen quit. Yeah, I even saw my crewmen quit in Lord of the Rings because Warner Bros. Paid them shitty money and they fed them shittier food. Yes, if you're gonna pay the crewmen shitty money, the least you can do is give them a good buffet, man. Don't serve them spaghetti and chili and beef and veggies. Don't do that, man. No, serve them a luxurious buffet with like hamburger sliders. You know what I'm saying? Fried rice, chicken balls, teriyaki meats, ribs, wings, thin crust pizza. You know what I'm saying? Crispy fries, potato. If you do that and a nice salad bar, they're gonna work hard for you. And all you can drink vending machine, they're gonna work really, really hard for you. See what I'm saying? They're going to work really, really hard for you. They're not gonna slack off. The Lord of the Rings crewmen are gonna work double hard for me than what they even did for Lord of the Rings. See what I'm saying? They're gonna work really, really hard for me, Lord of the Rings crewmen. They're going to work really hard for me, the Lord of the Rings crewmen. See what I'm saying? They're going to work really, really hard for me, the Lord of the Rings crewmen. See what I'm saying? They're gonna work really, really hard for me. Obviously. They're going to work really, really hard for me. Well, I mean hard, they're gonna work really, really hard. The Lord of the Rings crewmen. They're going to work their asses off. Well, I mean work hard, like blood, sweat, and tears work hard. The Lord of the Rings crewmen are gonna work for me, obviously. Blood, sweat, and tears. The Lord of the Rings crewmen are gonna work really, really hard for me, man. Like really, really hard, man. I even really, yes, they're gonna work their asses off. Because I paid them their $150,000 salary. They're gonna work hard for me, obviously. I don't have to worry about them quitting. Because now, if you make 150K, the money is now worth the labor, and the labor is not worth the money. Because they know they're gonna strike a rich, I don't know, 100 grand in the bank. They can do good things with that money, man. You can buy your nice $200,000 house, rent your nice $1,500 a month apartment. You can buy a nice used like $18,000 car for yourself, a nice $15,000, $17,000 nice like used car for yourself. Yeah, you can go take your family on a nice one vacation. Stay at cheaper hotels. I don't know, $400 night rooms, but you can take your family on a one week vacation. You can get yourself some nice clothes. You can get your nice TV, your nice stereo system. Yeah, you also get your $2,000 gift card. They're gonna work hard for me, obviously, because I pay them more money. I paid them more money. Hence, they're going to work hard for me. You see what I'm saying? They're going to work hard for me. They're going to work hard for me. Yeah. They're going to work hard for me, obviously. They're going to work hard for me. Because I pay them more money. So Sarah? Yeah. Peter Jackson worked hard for me because I paid him a lot of money. He'll work really, really hard for me, obviously. And that's why I'll get a better movie than even his Lord of the Rings. I have nowhere, but I'll work much harder for you than why even for Lord of the Rings. Fuck Hollywood. Hollywood's fucking dirty as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Hollywood's fucking dirty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Hollywood's fucking dirty as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like I was the dirtiest slave I did Lord of the Rings. Was you gave my free. I'm gonna work hard for you, Ivan. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna work much harder for you. You know what I'm saying? And Peter Jackson worked double hard for me. Because what? Peter worked much harder for me because I gave him an unlimited budget. Obviously. And I'm only hiring Hollywood crewmen. C-list crewmen are out. So all you people around the world who are average people, you're not allowed to work for my company. Obviously. You're not allowed to work for my company. Only what? Only the Lord of the Rings crewmen I'm gonna have on board. I'm gonna put an ad for Lord of the Rings crewmen. I want what? I want all the crewmen who work on Lord of the Rings to work on my movie. Where C-list crewmen are out. Because I'm not gonna hire these average people. No, I'm gonna hire the whole Lord of the Rings crewmen who work in Hollywood. Only Hollywood people are allowed to work for my company who have experience in the industry. I'm not gonna hire independent crewmen who worked in movies. No, I'm gonna hire ones who worked in Hollywood. Where C-list crewmen are out. I'm not hiring you guys. If you want to get the best quality for a movie, you gotta hire Hollywood people. That way you get the best movie possible. Yeah, man. Yeah. You're like, Ivan, what are you thinking of for the North? I don't know, Peter. I'm thinking something holy like Rivendell. Okay, I was just saying, yeah, the world looks very holy. What do you think of in City's Edge? I'm thinking something like Kung Fu Panda. When Shifu was training Po, you got that in that place, the birth of Kung Fu. You have something like that for the City's Edge. It's a beautiful place. There's a fog, and you have this beautiful view of this edge, and you have the view of the river and the waterfall. That's what I'm thinking of for the City's Edge. Yeah, tell John Howland what they know. They draw your world. All right, what do you think of yourself? Okay, for the south, it has the sky has this bluish, grayish appearance, like you got for Passion of the Christ. And there's a misty veil in the south that veils the cursed south, obviously. And then once the veil's unveiled, obviously, you're now in a different atmosphere. You're in a different territory. You're in air test territory. You have this mist in the sky. It's like it veils the south, obviously. And then once you pass that veil, that veil in the sky, obviously, you're now in a different atmosphere and you're in air test territory. He's the king of the south. That's what looking at an amazing movie, man. Yeah, man. Looking at an amazing movie. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. You're looking at a masterpiece. A fucking masterpiece. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. A fucking masterpiece. Yeah, man. You're looking at a masterpiece, guys. A masterpiece. Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'm thinking something for the beginning of the movie. When Tactius is born, the animals in the north and the south are like aware. Obviously. So when Tactius is born, I'll have a scene where it shows the eagles. They have their bird cries. Obviously, they're crying forth with their bird cries, and I'll transfer a scene to the northern Gilead Mountains and the stags and the birds. And the birds are whistling away, and the stags like look towards the direction of the castle. And then this, you know what I'm saying, you have something cool. The animals are where he's like, holy shit, you're creative, yeah. In the south, you have this. And then when Faful is born, you get the crows in the south cawing because the south is cursed, and Faful's a cursed being. Obviously, he's a devil. He's a devil's son, obviously, and the crows are cawing in the south when it transfers to Barak. Yeah, he's like, holy shit, you're creative. That's pretty cool. I'm like, yeah, holy shit, you're creative. You know your shit. I'm like, yeah, I know my shit. I'm saying I'm creative. I was born with a gift. I don't want to tell a good story, man. Right? Yeah. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. That's my idea for the beginning of the story. You get something similar like Lion King. It's not like Lion King, but like the animals are aware when Tactus is born. When Tactus is born as a baby. You get like the eagles have the birds cry, and you have the stags and the birds in the Northern Great Mountains. They what? They can sense Tactus's birth, obviously. And if a fool is born, you transfers to Barak. Obviously, you get this high shot. And it transfers to Barak, obviously, and you get the crows, the wild crows cawing, obviously, because what? Because if a fool's a devil, obviously, he's a devil's son, obviously. Fool's a cursed being. You know what I'm saying. So when Tactus is born, you get the eagles. You get the eagles have their bird cries, and you have the beautiful stags. You know what I'm saying? They sense Tactus' birth, obviously. They're happy, you know what I'm saying? He's born. And then when a fool is born, you get the snakes hissing, and you get the what? You get the wild crows cawing and all stuff in the south. Because they can also sense the devil's son's birth too, yeah. That's why we're looking at a masterpiece of a story. You guys say, holy shit, in your crib. That's cool. I think that's pretty cool, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You get the birth of a fool, who was Eratat's son. Obviously. I might only make a 1 hour video, guys. I'm tired, man. I might just make a 1 hour video today. So it's pretty much a full video, right? I might end it in a good, 19 minutes. I'll end the video here. Because I don't feel like talking for another hour, for another part. I'm a little tired. And I'll watch probably one part on my TV, and I'll take my shower, trip my ass off, go to the store, and get my beer and my smokes. Obviously. Go to the store, get my beer and my smokes. My beer and my smokes. And I'll watch probably some stuff on TV. I might watch Return of the King tonight or not. Maybe not. I might not watch it. Yeah. I'm going to talk more about my book. I already mentioned this many times now. Give me a second. I'm going to get a drink of water, guys. Yeah. Sorry about this. I want to get a drink of water. So yeah. So I'm gonna keep saying this. Even though Eratat is a king what? Even though Eratat is a king, the king wolf, obviously in the south, obviously he doesn't rule the Southlands. So there, he doesn't rule the Southlands. He rules the south. Obviously, he's a king. He rules Barak. Eratat rules Barak, and he rules the south, but he doesn't rule the Southlands, obviously. But he's the king bad of the region. It's his territory, obviously. But the Southlands have their own custom and laws in their own land, obviously. So even though Eretat rules the South, he's the king of the South. Eli is the leader of Sapphias. Sapphias. They have their own laws, and Cyrus have their own laws. You see what I'm saying? Eretat is the king. Bat. Eretat is the king wolf of the south. Ephesus is the king bat of the mountains. There's a scene in the book where Eretat says, "Never linger in the south." That's where all the bats live. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the bats live. Obviously. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's where all the bats live, obviously. And Ephesus is the king bat of the mountains. That's all the kind of matches that I wrote, man. Right? And Tactius is the prince of the north. The prince of the north to be king, obviously. And Faful is the prince of the south. The prince of Barak. And he's known as the abomination. But the wolves also call Tactius the abomination too. They see him as the wolves call Tactius the abomination too because they hate him, obviously. They hate Tactius with passion, obviously. You know what I'm saying? What do they call him? They call Tactius the human prince, human scum. They call him the abomination because they hate Tactius. The Eretat them see Tactius as an abomination too, obviously. But Tactius is not an abomination. He's a blessed hope, obviously. Whereas Eretat and all of them are all cursed devil beings. Tactius is not a cursed being. Whereas the wolves and bats and all of them are all cursed devil beings. Eretat and Faful are cursed beings. They're demons. They're kings and queens. They're kings, obviously, but they're demons, obviously. They're cursed devil beings. Why are they cursed? I don't want to spoil stuff for you. If I went out and read the book, that's what kind of master that I wrote. That's why you get biblical symbolism with Zanus, obviously. You have Satan. Satan is a cursed being too. He lives in hell, whereas Jesus lives in heaven. Yes, some similarities. The north is like heaven. The south is like hell. The south is cursed. Yeah. And the southerns live in the animal kingdom, which is the southern kingdom, obviously. The southerns live in the southern kingdom, and that's Eretat and Ephesus territory. Whereas the northerns live in the north, and which is holy and beautiful. That's where the Tactics live. Something like Rivendell. It's a beautiful, holy land. Whereas the south is cursed. And all the beings in the south are cursed, except for the wolves. Except for the humans. The southerns. The southerns are not cursed. Because they're humans. Whereas all the animal beings are cursed beings. Even the stags and the wild crows are cursed. The stags have deformed faces. The snakes are cursed. The wild crows and ravens are cursed. Eretat's crows are cursed. The whole wolves are cursed. The whole bats are cursed. They're all cursed beings. The sky is cursed. It has a darkish, grayish, bluish appearance. The atmosphere is cursed. Everything is cursed in the south because it's cursed. Why is it cursed? I don't want to spoil story. You see, when you read the book, I don't want to spoil story for you, man. All I'm going to say is the south is cursed, and the north is holy. If you read my book carefully, you will know that the north is holy. It's holy, obviously. Right. Yeah, I'm going to end this video, guys, in a good, 12 minutes. I'm only going to make a 1 hour video. I'm tired. I don't feel like making a full 1 hour and 4 minute video. I'm too tired. I'll upload it, and I might sleep for a good hour till 9 o'clock maybe, and I'll take my shower, get my beer, my smoke, and I'll come back and enjoy my video. That's why when Vijay reads my book, she'll be like, Ivan. I'm like, yeah, sweetie. She's like, Ivan, you wrote this? You know what I'm saying? She's like, Ivan, you wrote this book? I'm like, yeah, sweetie, I wrote it. She's like, holy shit, Ivan, this is the best fantasy novel ever written, Ivan. This is a masterpiece. You know what I'm saying? This is a masterpiece. This is a masterpiece, you know what I'm saying? You wrote this, Ivan? Yeah, sweetie, I wrote this. Ivan, this is an amazing story, Ivan. I can't believe you wrote this story, Ivan. This is such an amazing book, Ivan. I love this book. I love the character of Lithia, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait to be in your movie, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? He's like, Ivan, this is such an amazing story. I'm like, yeah, sweet, it's an amazing story, you know what I'm saying? And yeah. Like, yeah, sweet, this is an amazing story. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all the people in my life who I knew, they're all going to be shocked by my book too. Holy shit, Ivan wrote this book? Man, and I thought I was creative, yeah. All these people who are smarter than me, you know what I'm saying, who got their... I remember there's people in my school who used to brag about how much their average is. Yeah, I got a 75% average. Yeah, you may be smarter than me, but you're not as creative as me. You know, I'm much more creative, and I'd rather be creative than be more. I'd rather be more creative than someone than be more intelligent than someone. Because if you're creative, you can make a lot of money in this world. If you're creative and if you can write an amazing fantasy novel, you can sell a lot of copies. You know what I'm saying? You make a lot of money if you're creative. If you can draw nice paintings, you know what I'm saying? Design nice stuff, write your own screenplay, write your own book. You can make a lot of money if you have the gift, obviously. And God gave me a gift, obviously. Hence why I'm able to pen down this amazing story. Trust me, you guys think I'm crazy. Once you're in books, finally hit your mind, holy shit, Ivan was right. Ivan is a gifted writer. He knows how to keep you hooked, and yeah, I know how to keep you hooked. I know how to. I know how to. I know how to what. I know how to what. Throw in the right scenes, the right dialogues to keep you hooked. And that's why my story is a masterpiece. Obviously, holy shit, Ivan wrote this book on his own with no help. Like, this book is better than all these fantasy authors' novels, man. Yeah, it is. My book is better than all these fantasy authors' novels. A little raw in some sections, obviously, but it's like 5% raw. But most of the 95% of the book is top notch. It's top notch quality. Yeah, man. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I wrote a masterpiece. So good that Peter Jackson and Gibson are going to want to get their hands on my story so bad. Man, I want to get my hands on this story. This is a masterpiece. Yeah, that's why you're going to see Peter Jackson and Mel Gibson really, really competing hard for that job. Obviously. And Peter Jackson's going to want to get his hands on my story badly. When he's like, I want to get my hands on this story so bad, yeah. All the directors in Hollywood are going to want to get their hands on my story too. Even guys like Quentin Tarantino, Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg, you know what I'm saying? All those guys, James Cameron, they're all going to want to get their hands. I wish I could direct Ivan's movie. Yeah, they're all going to want to get their hands on my story. Because Zane's is a masterpiece. It's like the Bible, pretty much, right? It's like the Bible with its own twist, right? It's not a biblical story, but you can get some biblical symbolism when you read Zanus. Takis has some Jesus symbolism. Eretat has the symbolism of the devil. And the wolves and all of them are demons. The north is like heaven. The south is like hell. Pretty much. You can get some symbolism. The south is not hell, but you can get some symbolism of hell in the south. It's cursed. The sky is dark and grayish. The sun sets fast in the south. The atmosphere is cursed, whereas the north is holy. Holy terrain. Just like heaven is holy, hell is not holy. Hell is a total opposite of heaven. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why what? You can get some. That's why I wrote a masterpiece. Yeah. Obviously. There's even some symbolism to my life in Zanus. Tactius is the prince of the north, and Eretas the king of the south. Just like the gatekeepers are the god. The gatekeepers are what? The gatekeepers are the kings and queens of the earth, obviously. Whereas me and Vijay are the king and queen from the sky. Because we're from the sky, we are the rightful heirs. Yes, you can get some symbolism for that with Zanus, obviously. And then Takis goes to war with two of the kings go to war against each other. Just like I'm going to war, just like the two kings are going to war against each other too. Me, the king from the sky, I'm going to war against the king from the earth. As the gatekeepers are the kings and queens of the earth, obviously, they own the financial system in the world, in the earth. Whereas I'm the king from the sky and I have my own keys. I'm going to war against what? The gatekeepers, obviously. And they're going to kill me, obviously, to be with my wife. Sometimes I think I should just run away. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And what? They're going to kill me to be with my wife, and what? And what? They're going to kill me to be with my wife, hence why what? That's why I pay this fee. I'm piecing the fuck out after this. I am piecing out. With my wife. That's why I paid this fee, obviously. Yeah. That's why Zane's is a masterpiece, man. Yeah. I'm gonna keep saying this. Even though Tacitonius, Cassius, and Lithius are of the royal family, they're not the heirs. They're royalty, obviously. They're from the royal family. They come from the royal. They come from the royal line. Obviously, the royal family, obviously, but they're not the heirs. Only Tacitus is the heir because he comes from Tacitus the first. For Fool is royalty because he comes from Eretat. He's a demon. He's his demon son, obviously. Eretat is royalty because he comes from Ariad, his father, who was the past king before him, obviously, and Ephesus is royalty too. He comes from his father before him, who was king of them, who was the past king mountain of the regions. You know what I'm saying? So you have three lines of kings. You have the bat line, the wolf, the master wolf or wolf line. You have the human line, obviously, and you have three lines of kings. Tacitus is a prince of the north, from Tacitus the first line. Eretat is a king of the south. Faful is a prince of the south. They come from Ariad, obviously. Eretat comes from Ariad. Faful comes from Eretat. And then Ephesus, I don't really mention his father, but he comes from Iludus, 10 generations earlier. 1,000 years, 900 years earlier. Obviously. So you have the two demonic lines of kings in the south, obviously. So the south, you have the southern kingdom, and Ephesus, you have two lines of kings, Ephesus and you have Eretat. And for Fool, obviously. And in the north, you have Tacitus. And Tacitus first is the king of the north. And Tacitus is the prince of the south. And Queen Sarah is Tacitus' mother, obviously. Vamia is for Fool's mother. Eretat's wife. Obviously, and Ephesus, I don't describe him having a wife or any children. Ephesus doesn't have a wife, and he doesn't have any kids. He doesn't have any offspring, obviously. Whereas Eretat has Faful, his son, and Tacitus has no offspring, obviously. He's a son of Tacitus the first. You see what I'm saying? Tacitus the first has an offspring. Tacitus the second, obviously, which is me. Obviously. Yeah, that's why I look kind of master that I wrote, man. You're looking at the master that I wrote. End this video here in a couple minutes, and I'll end the video. I'm tired, guys. I can't go on for another 30 minutes. I'm tired. I might upload my video and rest for a good, 30 minutes, maybe. Then I'll take my shower, and I'll get my beer, my smokes. I'll come home and enjoy the video. Yeah, that's why I wrote a masterpiece. My book is better than J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. As J.R.R. Tolkien had, even though J.R.R. Tolkien wrote his book, he had editors helping him out, man. He had editors professional editors, who edited his book for him, obviously. And yet, I wrote my book with no help. Yeah, my book is better than his Lord of the Rings trilogy. Lord of the Rings is a bit boring when you read it. All you Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Rings, right? You know what I'm talking about. I know what you're talking about. Yes, man. Lord of the Rings is a bit of a drag to read sometimes. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why a lot of people skip the poems, they skip the songs, they skip the prologue. Yeah, because it's boring. The songs and poems are annoying. And the what? And the what? And the what? And the prologue in the beginning is very boring too. As if I reread Lord of the Rings like next year, I'm going to skip the prologue and all the songs. I'm going to skip it all. I'm not going to read that, Sarah. I'm going to skip the songs, skip the prologue. To end this video off here, yeah, man, all you Lord of the Rings nerds, once you read my book, you're going to become crazy Last of Us fans than you even are Lord of the Rings, because my book is better than Lord of the Rings. You're going to grow to love the characters of Lithia, Belle, Mary, Tacitonius, Papari, Cassius, Tactius, Queen Sarah, Job. Job's an interesting character. You're going to grow to love those characters even more than the Lord of the Rings characters. Because my characters jump out more on the page than Lord of the Rings. Because Lord of the Rings, the characters are very dull. The world building jumps out on the page. The speech and the world building jumps out on the page in Lord of the Rings. But the what? But the characters are very dull. They all sound the same pretty much, right? Whereas for my book, the characters have... My characters all jump out on the page, man. They all have their distinct personalities. Belle is weird. Lithia's a sweetheart. Takis is cocky and confident and mature. Cassius is a noble leader. You know what I'm saying? Tacitonius is very sarcastic. Yeah. Job is a pothead. He's not too bright. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. All you Lord of the Rings, you're all gonna be shocked. Holy shit, Ivan was right. You know what I'm saying? I thought Lord of the Rings was fucking good. Ivan's book is better than even J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. I was a lot more hooked reading his book than fucking J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. Yes. That's why my movie will be better than Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings by some margin. And that's why Last of Us is the best fantasy literature ever written in movie in book history. That's why I will be crowned the new Tolkien. Right now, J.R.R. Tolkien's crowned the modern Tolkien. I will be crowned the new Tolkien once you read my book. I wrote a masterpiece, guys. That's why Peter Jackson and Gibson are going to want to get their hands on my story so bad. It was something crazy. Anyways, if this video, I'm fucking tired. I can't talk for another 30 minutes. I'm tired, guys. I'm going to upload this video. I'll take a nap for a good maybe 45 minutes. Take my shower, go to the store, get a pack of smokes and beer. Ivan Mayer, I'm signing up. Peace.